with all that in mind, greetings people of the world, Matthias Griffin back with you for the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker live here on Twitch. As tonight we're doing a double feature where we will be doing the Chinese New Year version of Final Fantasy XIV known as Heavensturn, which won't be taking all that long, it's a relatively brief event this time around, as well as finally getting to go and do the Pandemonium raids. And if you're seeing this after I put this video out and you're probably wondering what am I talking about, well, it's all based on how I was able to get all the recording done and all the streaming done, which means if you don't already, if you're watching this on YouTube after the fact and you are not watching me on Twitch, which is where I do all my streaming now, please make sure you do follow me there. I would definitely love to have your support. I would definitely love to see you here. And so why don't you say we make our way over now here in Implementa to meet this year's version of the Celebrant of Heavensturn. This time, we are going to get ourselves being very catty, because this year we have leading us a Tiger Man. A big burly Tiger Man with a beard, and he is here to celebrate Heavensturn with all of us. And so, what do you say we go ahead and get started by speaking to the Tora Bugyo to take on the 2022 edition of Heavensturn with a level 15 quest entitled Tangle with a Tora. The Tora Bugyo is seeking a fellow feline fanatic. And when it comes to Mikote, you definitely, sir, have a kindred spirit.
You there! Unless my eyes deceive me, you strike me as a lady that knows how to look after herself.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, Warrior of Light at your service.
An adventurer, you say? Oh, how fortuitous! But where are my manners? I am the Tora Bugyo, and it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Might I ask a moment of your time?
By all means.
You are far too kind. In that case, allow me in that case to explain my current situation. I have made my way to Eorzea as part of a delegation sent from Hingashi to partake in the Heavensturn celebrations. I have been briefed that the Eorzeans believe that at year's end, the gods choose one among their number to serve next as a herald of good fortune. In the Far East, it is not a god, but one of 12 great beasts that is chosen.
Something that we've seen for many years now.
And so, and this year shall belong to the formidable Tora! You may know it better as a tiger in these lands. Regardless, you doubtless now understand why I come dressed in my present attire.
And with a beard no less.
Now, allow me to proceed to the heart of the matter. Normally, we celebrate auspicious events with a spot of mochi pounding. However, I think you'll agree that such a meager celebration is hardly befitting of the mighty Tora.
You mean we're actually doing something different this year? Wow.
No, I have something much grander in mind, and I'm currently searching for like-minded souls to help me. Frankly, a battle-hardened adventurer such as yourself would be perfect. Should you be willing to aid me, I shall see you rewarded with a kabuto of your own. What say you?
Yeah, leave it to me. Because yeah, I have tiger stripes too.
Oh, thank you kindly. Now.
Why, Tora Bugyo, I see you have found a willing assistant at last. Yeah, who goes there? A gentleman and what appears to be their child?
Ah, your timing could not be better. Yes, this kind soul is willing to lend a much-needed hand.
Yeah, it's his son, I guess. Well, I must say she certainly looks the parts.
Of what?
Would you not agree, Master? She is perfect for the ceremony.
You may want to hear her opinion on the matter first. Can't you see she is positively bewildered at present?
Maybe because of the fact that you're hiding your face with that creepy mask? Like, I get it, social distancing and all that in this day and age, but still, at least show us your face.
Ah, but allow me to clear up exactly who we are first. We are a clan of mages, practiced in the ways of Onmyodo, come to perform a ritual designed to quell evil forces. It is nothing overly complex. We simply put on a performance that we hope will please the gods. The ritual this time has its origins in a rather old tale concerning a ferocious tiger.
Well, tell me about it.
We will use our powers to give life to the tiger adorning the folding screen we have brought with us. Then you, in your role as bloodthirsty warrior, shall vanquish the foul beast. Assuming you agree to participate, of course.
I slay tigers for breakfast, or why do I have to take part in this again? But no, we want to do the event, so we'll agree to their terms.
I knew we could count on you the moment I saw you. Hardened adventurers never back down from a challenge after all.
You have my sincerest thanks, kind adventurer. Now, if you will excuse us, we must ready the ritual sites.
Alright then. So, good luck to the two of you in getting everything prepared.
If you would head to the site in Middle Lanosea, southeast of the Zephyr Gates, I shall see to inviting spectators to the performance.
Alright. So yeah, let's go ahead and do this. So, to give myself a shot at getting extra experience, I'm going to be doing this a little differently. So I was originally planning on using something else, but after giving it some thought, I decided my dancer still needs leveling. So, we're going to level up my dancer doing this. So first things first, we need to leave the city. And we will do that by taking the quick way out and hanging out to Middle Lano. Now, if what we're about to do is in progress, I'll wait for the first available opportunity to do it from the beginning. Okay, it's not officially started yet. Let's be ready when it does go up. Yeah, everyone's ready to go. We're here at the scene of the events that is about to take place. Oh, I hear roaring. I hear roaring. We're finally given the green light. This show is underway. It only took 20 minutes! Yeah, as our people responsible for this fancy event do this fancy summoning! And then, emanating from this giant screen, Byaku is on the scene! Do not worry, we have a noble warrior at hand to slay the feline. Or in this case, we have many of them! Let's do it! Yeah, and for those of you who are wondering, we're not going to see big, giant, muscular Byaku. And also for those of you who are hoping for skydiving, that's not going to be happening either. I mean, this is only Byaku at level 5. We should have realistic expectations. We should have realistic expectations of how strong Byaku is going to be here. Yeah, he's got a whole bunch of AoE that he can throw at you. Plus, on top of that, he can do this. Trying to avoid the danger as much as we can. And we've already gotten to half health as his clones have completed their task. Also, here's a secret I didn't know about when I was doing this earlier today with Shinji. People were running into the spinning slash move because there is a safe spot underneath the Phantom Byaku. Now here comes more kinky chaos. But better run from this. It's a long way to go. Show them what we can do, guys. He's down to the last 10%. Yeah, everyone's jumping in on this. Is he gonna get away? The answer is no. We got the maximum results. And thus, Byaku returns to his fancy screen. until the next time we get to see him putting on a show for us all. The beast is slain, and with that the land has been successfully purified. This marks the end of our ritual. We do hope you found it to your liking. And thus, the man himself takes a bow. Yeah, and also, there was a crowd. You just couldn't see them amongst the throng of adventurers who were doing their thing. So the screen goes down until the next round. And meanwhile, we'll head back to Limsa. Alright, let's go and reap the rewards courtesy of Mr. Tora Bugyo. Now that it's nighttime.
Ah, you will return. Judging by your contented expression, I assume the ritual was a resounding success.
Indeed it was, even if it took a while to get started.
I take it our friend here has delivered the good news. Truly an astounding performance. It was as if I was gazing upon the great Tenzin himself.
Glad to be of service, Tenhu, or you flatter me. Yeah, I bet that Suzaku would be a bit jealous to hear that.
You know the tale of Tenzin. Then you are more worldly than I gave you credit for. The tale of Tenzin is far and away the most well-known epic in the Far East. Our little performance just now was inspired by but a part of it. Legend has it that upon stopping at a small village whilst on his travels, Tenzin encountered a starved, crazed tiger. Naturally, he made short work of the beast, thus saving the peasants from their plights.
It's like, that's not how I remember it. Tales such as this tend to become somewhat exaggerated over time, and while I cannot account for their veracity, the importance of helping those in need is something that cannot be overstated.
Allow me to extend our thanks to you once again for all you have done. As promised, this Kabuto is yours to keep.
Thank you very much.
Thank you once again, noble adventurer. We intend to put on our performance a few more times during Heavensturn. We should be glad for your assistance again if you're willing.
Just as long as I don't have to wait for insanely long queues to happen. So, we will take our 1,440 experience points, plus the option of either the golden or silver Tora Kabuto. We'll go ahead, because it really doesn't matter, because we're going to get the other one afterwards. And you are quite welcome, gentlemen. Have a good night. Well, at least to the two of you, you're having a good night. Meanwhile, I'm getting the achievement Feline Fun, and then we have a loop quest here with Tora. So, before we do that, I should at the very least put this on. I mean, Rika, already Keeper of the Moon, now has even more tiger stripes on her, but yeah. I mean, she's a girl. Do we really need to have a beard on her? Is there a visor situation? No, there isn't. You put this thing on, you get to be a bearded lady if you really wanted to. Oh man. Yeah, I gotta see what this looks like with her traditional pink on. So yeah, kind of make it a little more color appropriate for Miss Rika, even though she still has to wear the beard. But anyway, now we can focus on helping out the Tora with the traditional aspect of Heavensturn. So let's go ahead and speak with the Tora to take on the quest entitled Let Them Eat Cake. The Tora Bugyo is keen to share some tasty treats.
Ah, just what I wanted to see. I was wondering if you'd be willing to help out hand out a few advent cakes. It is customary for us to do so during Heavensturn.
So yeah, now we're into the old school.
We finished preparing them but a short while ago, and who better to share them with the townspeople than the woman of the hour?
Alright.
Here you are. Pray take these to Hawker's Alley. I imagine it won't be long before you find passers-by eager for one of these delectable delights.
Well, thank you very much. So, we'll head on over to speak with Mochi Daikon, who is over in Hawker's Alley, so let's make our way there right now. Alright, so over here is where we find Mr. Daikon?
Can I interest you in some fine folks in some delicious rice cakes? There is no better way to celebrate Heavensturn than with a delicious treat. Hello there, friend. What brings you here this fine evening? Wait, have you come to distribute Advent cakes? Your timing could not be better. Alright, the key is to position yourself somewhere that sees plenty of footfall. I shall go ahead and hand my cakes out elsewhere.
Alright. And while you're doing that, we are going to have a situation where someone rather familiar approaches you. Now, you may have seen in some other previous special events for other situations, like, for example, Hatching Tide or Little Ladies' Day, where you stand at a certain spot for an event to happen and random NPC appears. But that does not happen here. Instead, you get the choice of who you want to be greeted by. A local tavern owner, a yellow jacket, or a white bunny? Well, hold on. We'll give you a bit of suspense on the white bunny aspect, but first, let's see the local tavern owner, because if you start your journey in Lims to Laminsa, you know who this is. And he's not alone. Bateron from the Drowning Wench is here with Lingsaf from the Culinarians Guild. I heard someone was over here passing about Advent cakes. Never dreamed of you evil people. Well, can we have some? Oh, of course you can. And one for you there, Lingsaf.
Oh, that's it. That's the nutty taste. I've been wanting to do something with rice cakes at this mug, but I still can't get them to taste like the real thing.
Oh, is that so?
Me and old Lingsaf here usually enjoy each other's company over drinks. But we nearly got into a brawl the other day talking about the best way to prepare rice cakes. Never did come to an agreement though, so we decided we'd both try a hand at it and see whose was best. In case you're curious, I'll cook me rice cakes first. Drizzled some Far Eastern soy sauce on them and wrap the blood as it's seaweed. Just listen to this tripe. The best enriched broth with a few choice ingredients. A popping hot soup with their cakes is a sight better than that load of bilge you call food.
Maybe so, but it's more authentic.
Still searching for the font, eh?
Yeah. Apparently, you two showed up at the wrong time.
Well, that's generally how it went, anyway. Doubt us ever find common ground at this rate.
Oh, you can say that again. At least we never ran out of things to talk about at the tavern.
Sounds like you're giving up to me.
Yeah, and at least they can have a laugh over it. Anyway, be seeing you around, Rika. Stick your head in the Drowning Wench next time you got some time on your hands. Oh, don't worry. I'll make sure I do when I have a chance. So for this completion, we will get from Mr. Tora Bugyo, the reward of course.
Oh, you're returned, and I see you all without Advent cakes. Another day's work complete then, thanks in no small part to you. I pray you take your ease and enjoy the remainder of the Heavensturn celebration.
So for completing the quest, we get 10 Advent Cake Magic Prisms. Which we can keep getting over and over again because that's what we're going to do, because we're going to do this 2 more times. So let's look at the Bugyo again. Come to hand out more Advent Cakes. You're too kind. Glad I can help. Here you are. Pray take these to Hawker's Alley. I imagine it won't be long before you find passers-by eager for one of these delectable delights. Thank you very much. There we go. So now let's go ahead and meet with the Yellow Jacket. As Captain Carvelan, who got us through the Siren Song scene into Kugane, takes a cake and he's on his way. And meanwhile, representing the Yellow Jackets is Sundamal. What would you happen to be the one handing out Headphone cakes? I'm presently on break and find myself rather peckish. Could that trouble you for one? Yeah, I mean, you've been working the graveyard shift there, Mr. Sundamal. But you're not alone, because from the Fisherman's Guild comes Mr. Wabalago. Oh, if it is a Wawalogo, whatever has you in such a hurry today?
Well, I helped myself to a rice cake back at the guild, and apparently it was Sissy Poo's. She came at me with the anger of 1,000 curls. I fear not, but savory replacement will save her anger. Oi, Wabalago! Hurry up and hand over that cake! Bloody hells, that's her! Sorry, no time for talk! Not so fast, thief!
Oh! Those two are still having at it? Ah. Oh dear. Would you mind if I took one little cake for Wawalogo? Not at all. His Pollocky seems to have forgotten to take a cake for hell. Very no. I shall see to it that all is well between them soon enough. I will not be much of a yellow jacket if I were unable to solve a little scuffle such as this after all. And all we can do is just shrug. Here you go, Sundamal. No more thanks. Well, time for me to take my leave. And so now for round 3. The White Bunny. And if you're thinking what I think you were thinking, you probably were thinking as I was. But, as you're about to see, as we're handing off Advent cakes to the members of the Rogues Guild. Yeah, Jack, Vakeb, and Parimu are all heading on their way. And meanwhile,
It has been too long since we last met, old friend.
yeah, do I know you? Yeah, who is this?
You do not recognize me. I concede the phantom you slayed recently was a fair likeness, but surely our battle was far more memorable.
Yeah, if you remember back to Hatching Tide a couple of years ago, you might remember that Suzaku, rather than showing herself in her authentic form, as it were, went here to Eorzea dressed up in a Hatching Tide bunny outfit. Now, Byakuo has done the same thing for Heavensturn.
Like what? Tell me, what is it you are handing out to the people here?
Well, this is what I'm doing.
A most delectable treat indeed. Ah, how I enjoyed feasting them with Tenzin at my side. Though it was not always pleasant, even now I vividly recall the time Genbu found one such treat lodged in his throat, or when Seiryu thought to swallow one whole, burning his mouth, and all the while Suzaku clamored for Tenzin to come and help them.
Yeah, you're certainly having a laugh. How did you fit in this thing there, Byakuo? That's what I want to know. Because I'm still trying to figure out how Suzaku did it a couple of years back.
But enough reminiscing. You must be wondering why I've come all this way. Given the beast chosen as this year's herald, it piqued my interest to hear the Omnioji will be traveling here to perform their holy rites. Why not some of them merely shades, but they are made in my image. As such, I felt compelled to ensure no harm came to the people of these lands. The tale itself is little more than fancy, of course, but I was surprised to learn you, of all people, were chosen to play Tenzin, along with a cast of thousands. If I may be honest, their failure to faithfully depict those past events vexes me at times, but that is neither here nor there. It is a lasting reminder of our hard-won victory over Koryu and the peace restored to the Far East. Viewed thus, I can see no reason to be unduly harsh in my criticism. It is comfort enough that we and the other four lords shall always remember the truth of Tenzin's life. Yeah, too bad you can't spread it around. And with that, I bid you farewell. I pray you continue to carry on Tenzin's legacy, as I know only you can. Speaking of the others, I beg you keep my visit here between us. Should Suzaku and Seiryu learn that I had the singular good fortune of seeing you perform as Tenzin, well, I would rather not think on it. Oh, don't worry. I have 2 secrets to hold on to now.
And then when Heavensturn comes around in 2025, Seiryu will be doing the exact same thing. And you're probably wondering, why 2025? Because that year, we'll have a Snake Bugyo. So, back over to the Tora to complete the quest. And this little run. And there we are. So, just as a reminder, because we did show off the little mochis in the past before as a prism. Want to make sure I get this up to hotbar. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah. That's a way of celebrating victory. Also forgot those things hover way over my head. Let's try that again. Poof. And so there we go. And of course, we get the opportunity, after you complete the fates, to get the other things that are available, including, among other things, the other helmet that you did not pass on, as well as some of the traditional items like the Zoni and more Advent Cake prisms. But this is the really interesting thing, the White Tiger. I gotta show this to you because this is something I already set up in the FC house of Shinji. So let me take you over to Shiro and we'll show it off. So here's what it looks like. It's basically the same thing that the Onmyoji used to do his Phantom Byakko summoning. But now you get to have this big, massive feature, this big, massive fixture right in your own home. So yeah, I was thinking it was going to be something that was just going to be a little tabletop thing to sit on, but nope. This thing is its own thing, and it certainly is quite impressive, to say the least. And I have it set up here for now, but I'm just trying to figure out if and when I decide to make this a permanent fixture of the house, where the heck am I gonna put this thing? Maybe I'll just keep bringing it out every year for Heavensturn, I don't know.